What's up? Oh, I just do that the whole video. Okay. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. He's having a rough time right now.
Besides this guy going wild, there's some crazy
Put him behind.
I'm just gonna do this, okay?
Okay, so this is a little bit of a different video.
Some crazy things that have been happening lately in the life of us. Do you want to move him? And then
Let's try that.
Try this again a little later. So, a couple weeks ago, I'm driving home. I get a phone call. There was franticness, there were words, not a lot of coherent words. I ended up driving home very fast after that. Got home and found the fence broken, the gate broken, a baby moose in the backyard with dogs going wild, cat with a bloody hand. What led up to that moment?
It's very hard to multitask mentally.
We'll play hot potato
with the boy. So Andrew was off running errands and I was at home. We had a couple rovers, so we had someone else's dogs in the backyard with ours. They were all hanging out outside of our window and I just see them all book it off to the side of the house. So luckily Kai was sleeping, left him in the center of the bed, and I run outside and I see a giant mama moose in the yard with a baby moose. And everything just happened super quick. She was going after our dogs. She quickly turned to me and gave me like a stare down, like, I'm gonna kill you. Which moose do kill people. We had like a moment of like staring down chicken, and for some reason she decided to, I don't know if I startled her, but she decided to leave our yard out of the gate that she kicked in, and she booked it back into the woods. Granted, I knew that if she was leaving her baby, she was like somewhere in the vicinity.
Fast forward through the flurry of events. There was a baby moose.
Our dogs got excited. Either predator drive took over or they saw it as a threat, but one of them did sink his teeth into the hamstring of the baby moose. It was immediately my instinct to save our dogs, but then also I fell in love with this little baby moose during the journey. Because you know, they make the sound that like baby deer make.
They're so cute. Yeah.
The baby sound.
It was a little Bambi.
Yeah, it was like mar, mar. And it was in my instinct. Not a smart one, but it was in my instinct to save this baby moose.
Yeah.
I tried everything. I tried hitting our dog in the head. I love our dog, but I was just so desperate for our dog to unlatch his jaws from this baby moose.
There was no unlatching. It was
screaming.
A good grip.
Yeah, I was screaming. I was hitting him. I was looking for rocks to possibly throw at him. And this whole entire time, I'm just yelling at the top of my lungs. Like the loudest I've ever yelled. We have neighbors on all sides of us. We don't live rurally. We live in a neighborhood, and I was screaming. I was just like, 911, someone help. So I tried absolutely everything for about 10 minutes of just trying to get our dog's jaw to unlatch from this moose's hamstring. And in the result of, or like in the tussle of all of that, somehow I just looked down and there's like blood on my hand. And so it's in whatever fashion, I don't know what exactly happened, but my hand got cut up. Long story short, got our dog's teeth unlatched from the moose, and then I was just like chokehold. I had my legs wrapped around him, just pinning him to the dirt because he was just trying to go after this moose so bad. Probably the worst part is the mosquitoes. So as I was waiting for like people to come out and help, and I just like had our dog pinned to the dirt, I just looked down and my whole body, and especially my hand because it was covered in blood, covered in mosquitoes. It was just black. And that was the most mosquitoes I've ever seen. It was horrible. Yeah. The tenants came down and they helped get the dogs inside, and people were checking on Kai, so that was a huge help. I got to my phone and the first person I called was Andrew, and apparently I just said, like,
I gotta go to the hospital.
I need the hospital. Get home. There's a moose in the yard.
It's like, what happened? Just come home. Okay.
I don't even remember making the phone call. I was just like, my adrenaline was going. I just wrestled the moose, okay?
Yeah. It's you gator wrestler.
No, okay, and so this whole time going through my head, I'm like, it's a dangerous situation. The moose can kick me in the head with its back leg. It's a dangerous situation to be in, and the whole time I'm thinking, Andrew would be so proud of me right now. I'm tackling, our dog away from a baby moose, and I'm saving this moose. I'm like, that's kind of badass.
I am proud.
That was not the response it was met with.
I pointed out that sometimes when dealing with deadly animals that you may need to bring deadly force, i.e. a firearm. I just kind of looked around the room and saw firearms and was like, well, did you grab any one of these before you went out? And no.
Nope.
But again, it's in the heat of the moment. You never know how you're going to react, and she didn't even know there was a moose there. Then instinct just kicked in, and you just bolted and did what you needed to do. So, I mean, in the situation, obviously, freaking kudos to you for wrestling a moose.
I thought he would be so proud. And he's like, however, like the many guns that we have in our room, he's like, you went out with your bare hands. I'm like, yep, that's what I did.
That's my girl. We ended up going to the hospital, getting an x-ray on the hand to show that nothing was broken. We didn't get stitches.
They advised me to get stitches, but it hurt so bad at that point. They were just trying to put pressure on it because all the subcutaneous fat in my finger was just kind of popping out. TMI, sorry. But they were trying to put pressure on it to like kind of shove all that back down there, and just that was like excruciating. And they're like, well, you don't have to get stitches, we'd advise you to. And then I looked at Andrew and he's like, no, it's fine. I think we just wanted to get out of there, to be honest.
A couple days later we revisited that thought, like, oh, was it a good idea? But so far it's healing up well.
Like we're basically we are put in the middle of nature in Alaska. And even though you live in a neighborhood and there's a Target down the street,
there's animals right outside your door that can and will kill you.
To be able to see them in their natural habitat and in the wild, it's incredible. And we love that aspect of living here. But it was in that moment where I was like, these animals are very unforgiving.
Yeah, they are.
As well.
Alaska's unforgiving. Alaska's amazing. It's also unforgiving. It's a place that's full of adventure. And so we definitely plan to share all the other adventures that we have to come. Some fishing, some dip net fishing, some hunting. We plan on going down to Homer and checking out the eateries down there, coffee shops, and the wharf and everything that there's to do downtown Homer, Alaska. We want to get out up to Fairbanks and the North Pole. All of this in the next like 6 weeks. So we have so much to do, so much jam-packed into this summer. We're really excited to get after it and do all that and take y'all with us. But we really want to show you all the adventures that Alaska has to offer. So that was the moose adventure. The moose attack adventure.
Hopefully that's the one and only.
The one and only.
End result, everyone was okay.
Yeah.
My finger was the only casualty and it's healing up well. The dogs are all okay. The baby moose did run back into the woods to get to its mom. So
we called Fish and Game. We talked it through with them. Alaska Department of Fish and Game. They were on board with everything.
There's an increase of moose attacks on dog and people, especially recently. So we're very blessed that our situation turned out how it did.
Be educated. Reach out to Alaska Fish and Game. Check the internet out. Check reliable, reputable sources. Be aware of how to react when charged by a bear versus charged by a moose. Very different things you want to do.
If you see a charging moose and its baby in your backyard, don't run out to it like I did to save your dogs. Great. Again, it was my instinct. Do I regret it? No, because we had a great outcome, but it could have gone a lot worse.
This video is for storytelling purposes. Regardless, I'm super proud that you wrestled a moose.
Yeah, finally he did tell me he was proud of me. But
of course I was. Of course I am. I just next time would advise to grab a gun.
Oh my gosh.
Some people survive bear attacks with pots and pans.
So if you guys made it to this part of the video, thanks for hearing us out and telling our story. If you haven't yet subscribed, we would love to have you as part of our very loud and obnoxious YouTube family. And yeah, we look forward to taking you guys on more adventures with us in Alaska.
Yes. Till next time.
Bye.